Yo, what's going on, guys? Thank you for tuning into Easy TV. Once again, if it's your first time here, I appreciate you checking out the channel and possibly considering subscribing. But if all of you could go right down there, take half a second and smash the thumbs up button, that'd be greatly appreciated. Today we got a box from Nike, and this is a Virgil and Nike collab. Fortunately, no, we don't have a pair of off-white shoes, but we do have the book that dropped recently. I think they titled it Icons, and they dropped that on Sneakers app. Of course, that's the only thing I could hit on sneakers recently. But it was a $75 book, kind of expensive, but I thought it'd be a kind of a cool piece to have. You know, I didn't buy this to really resell at all. It's got some good heft to it, as I should expect for a $75 book. But let's get this right open here. Pretty big book too. And there it is, wrapped up there. We, of course, are not gonna keep it wrapped. We're gonna open up. We wanna see what's inside. It's a book. That big green cover, Virgil Abloh, Icons, as you can see there. You know, I watched, they had a little like stream with like Virgil and a couple other people on the Sneakers app. I just happened to tune in for like 10 minutes or whatever. But something I actually kind of observed without hearing this first was that the cover is a Nike Swoosh, but it looks a little bit off, and that's just because this is the original Nike Swoosh that they actually use. And a lot of people, it's kind of cool how you title it Something's Off, because a lot of people would look at this and say that just, you know, looks like something's off, but it's actually the OG Nike Swoosh logo. They actually dropped a pair of Cortezes not too long ago where they had a bunch of the different Nike logos. Check that out too. But we're gonna open it up here, see what's inside, of course. Pages, there's like a blue chunk of them, most of them like the blue and white, and then some of them have like a yellowish color to it. Okay, so super interesting here from Virgil. We've got a detached spine on the back, and they kind of laminated the edge there, if you guys can see that. So kind of cool, you know, Virgil does a lot of like deconstructed stuff in his shoes, and I guess that's kind of his way of doing it here with the book. And it definitely grabs your attention right away, right? Because you open that cover right away, and this, you know, you don't expect this part to come off, and you kind of think at first, oh, did I break the book? But really cool there, just like that. Very, very cool. It's got like a little texturing to the cover as well. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's got a, I would love to literally show you each and every page, because I can remember the younger version of me who wouldn't be able to drop 75 bucks on a book here and want to see what's inside. So let me take a quick little skim through. Maybe I'll show you guys some cool pages. Volume 1 Icons, so could be alluding to having more books coming out. And we'll give a quick shout out to these heads here listed on the page. So the way they kind of organize it is at least so far, there's like kind of chapters per se, but they're each about one of the off-white shoes Virgil did with Nike. So for example here, we have this whole list of what I assume to be all the off-white shoes, and they kind of cross out the ones except for the one they're going to talk about in this chapter. You can see Nike Air Presto, and then it kind of goes through their like ideation and design process, which is really cool. So you start with the base model, right? And this is kind of the same pattern they use for every single one of these like little chapters so far. They show the base Nike Air Presto, then kind of like their deconstruction of it, starting to get a little bit closer to what the final product was. You can see here Virgil actually drew a bunch of extra swooshes on the midsole. That's definitely a standout feature. And then you kind of have the actual SketchUp there of basically what we saw released. Images there of people wearing the final product. So they do that for all 10 of the off-white, you know, the 10. And a lot of cool images here. Some pictures from like the factory. This is a really cool shot here. See some the Air Maxes here. Kind of drew a backward swoosh over the original swoosh. This is a really cool shot. I'm sure people are gonna make like posters of this with every single, I believe every single off-white shoe that they came out with. Wow, that is sick. So I don't know how I'm gonna show all this, but so they have this page here, and then this side opens up. Hopefully you guys can see most of that. And then the other side opens up as well, as you can see there, with a timeline by month on the bottom with the names of each of them. Super cool. You could almost just take that page out and put it up as a poster, which would be cool, but I kind of want to put it all in the book, leave it as is. And then they have in these yellow portions of the book, you know, there's names of shoes and even some terms here like architecture where he did a little write-up, a little paragraph for each of them. He did, oh, that's cool. So he's going letter by letter, right? So first it starts with A, you guys can see there. Then, you know, it goes B, C, X, X-Acto knife, and for Z, zip tie and zoom fly are the words they have for Z. So that's pretty cool. And that's basically the, you know, big summary of the entire book. But super cool, something I'm gonna, you know, take a chance to actually sit down and look page by page and actually think about, you know, the process and maybe some cool things for future videos, maybe. But really cool, definitely a nice conversation starter, something to have, you know, sitting around on a coffee table or just to look at every now and then would be super cool. So that's all for today, guys. Appreciate you checking out the video again. If you could smash the thumbs up button, that'd be greatly appreciated. And maybe leave a comment, what do you think about the book? And as well as what do you think about the kind of cool little touches he put on this with the execution, with the kind of detached spine, alluding to the detached nature of a lot of the shoes he put out. Let me know what you guys think. Appreciate you guys checking out. For now, guys, Easy TV, signing off.